I am back. So in my previous video, I talked about starting home daycare. It took me less than 60 days to start my home daycare from start to finish to be licensed. And so in that video, I pretty much talked about the paperwork and things like that. But in this video, I'm going to be going into like getting my house ready and what I needed to do. So I did not do the basement. I did mine upstairs in my living room and dining room area. Yes, that was a sacrifice. But I know that it's only temporary because I do plan to only be here a short time before I get into the center. So, but it was just easier. It was an easier setup as well because it wasn't like a lot of work that I had to do. I didn't have to get an egress window. I didn't have to put up drywall and do all the things that I would have had to do if I started in my basement. Okay, so I am also a foster parent, so that kind of helped me because there were certain things I already had in place. Like I already had the socket covers and the plug, the outlet covers in all the plug areas. I already had the fire extinguisher, but I had to get a bigger one. Is one that they want you to have, so I went and got that from Home Depot. I had to get a sign that says no smoking, so I had to put that like right when you first come in. I had to put up smoke detectors, even though I have one in every room, on every floor basically, by me being a foster parent. But because I was doing the daycare in the living room area, I did not have one in the actual living room area, so I had to get one and put one in there. What else did I have to get? Carbon dioxide detector, had that, and I'm trying to think what I needed to do to get the house ready. A couple of other things, of course, furniture. So I was so blessed to be able to receive some furniture that was donated, and I had this furniture for almost 2 years, and it was just sitting. I knew this is what I wanted to do, but it wasn't the time yet, and I was waiting for that time. And now that the time was now, I was like, okay, let me go get the furniture, get it out. And I had almost everything that I needed. Some items my husband went and got for me, like changing table, crib, a portable sink, and like little stuff. I got art supplies and things like that. Besides that, I had the table, I had the little chairs, sand and water area, and I'm looking around because I'm sitting in the daycare space right now. So I'm like looking around at what I have. And like, subscribe, and comment below if you would like a tour, and if I get enough people, then we could do it. But also, what else did I need to do for the space? Oh, your paperwork. Okay, so in the front I have a parent board, and then I also have another board right across from that, and it just shows all my procedures, my emergency procedures, tornado, fire evacuation, my emergency person, that in case something happens and I need to leave immediately, who is that person I'm going to have that's that emergency person. And so I have that on the wall as well, and with their signature. And then on the board I have the recall list, and you can get that on a site. Normally they'll give you the site for the recall list, or you could look it up for your area. I'm trying to think of what I got on there. I got the infant safe sleep. It's a paper that they gave me and said to post it up, so I put that up. I have sorry guys, I'm literally trying to think. I should have wrote this down. But I also have, my discipline policy. Make sure that you're not doing a timeout for children 3 years and under. That's something that they literally just updated in our licensing rules. So I have that in there, and that's also in my handbook policy. So yes, handbook policy, my licensing consultant did ask to see my handbook policy. And so I literally had to email her that. That was even before she even came out. I said the no smoking, my first aid kit. So you want to get your first aid kit. You want to put your sign up where it says first aid kit. Your evacuation plan. So I have one posted when you first come in. I have one posted in the exit going towards right before we go outside in the back. Looking around to see what I got. Oh, okay. And then I also have like the emergency numbers, like poison control, fire, like all those things. I have those emergency numbers up. I have a couple of resources up for parents, and things like that. So those were some of the things I had to do to get my home ready. Of course, you want it clean, you want it organized, and want to make sure that everything is going along with what they're asking for in licensing. So really just look through your licensing book really thoroughly, and it will tell you like what they're looking for. But those were like the basics. Making sure that in your restroom, she's gonna check the water. So she turned the water on and she checked to see if you know, just the temp. You want to make sure that the water temperature is not too high. Also, you want to make sure you don't have any like knives out around in your kitchen where the kids can get into, your drawers, everything like that. You want to make sure you have the little child safety things on there so they can't just open up all your cabinets. So I did that. In the bathroom, you want to make sure under your sink, like when you open it up, there's nothing out that the kids can get into that's hazardous. All your cleaning supplies have to be up high. Any razors or anything like that, like take them out your bathrooms because you don't want kids getting into anything. Trying to think what else. Those were like the main things. Those were like some of the main things. So I may come back with a little bit more detail if I get enough like, comments, and subscribes below. Then I can come back with some more information for you guys. So again, this is Cherie. Like, comment, subscribe.